Hey YouTube, it's RootTube here. Today I am doing stuffed, well actually mini stuffed peppers in the air fryer. Now I went to the store the other day and ground beef was at a cheap place, well you know, a place that usually has pretty good prices, $6.50. Well, they had strip steak for $5 a pound. So guess what I did? So I cut it up. I did defat, you know, take most of the fat off it, but I didn't throw the fat out, just in case. So I'm gonna just, and I don't feel like taking out the meat grinder, so I'm just gonna try doing it with this without, well, turning it into mush. So, I don't know if I should fill it up a lot or just, let's go from there right now. Okay, and then I want to put this baby on. I already got my peppers cleaned. I cut the tops off them. Actually, I'll show you real quick. And I cleaned every seed out that I could, which is probably almost all of them. That's something I learned when my grandmother, diverticulitis got bad when I cooked for her. She couldn't have seeds, so it made sure there wasn't one seed in them. And I have kept doing that since. Okay. And there's going to be messy in here today because I'm doing, I think, about 4 meals in a row. Because this stuff, I don't want it to go bad, so I'm just going to cook them ahead. And I'm going to, of course, record ahead. And then, pork's rolling around on the floor. Sorry, it's cute. So the stuff doesn't go bad, so that way it's already done. All you gotta do is heat it up. So I'm just going to pulse this. Keep an eye on it. I'm going to check it right there. I'm going to check. I don't want to have to switch gloves, so I'm going to try and have to touch everything with the hand. Okay, that looks good. Take out that little piece of. There we go. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'll let you. Just like that. Now, I gotta grab a dish to put it in, and it has to be a dish that will fit in the air fryer. Yep, I love cooking in the air fryer because it doesn't heat up the whole house like putting on the oven does. Doesn't waste all the energy. All an air fryer is a small version of a convection oven, which is great. Sometimes you just don't need the giant one. So, there. Alright. Now I'm going to put my last couple pieces in here. Alright? Okay. And this stuff is going to, if I don't need that, it's going to go in my bag in the freezer that's got my bones and the fat from the other meat I did. Because I can always render it down and use it. Oh, that thing's so loud. Works good, but boy, it's loud. Okay, that looks good too. Okay, pop this out. Oh. We're going to take out that piece because it didn't break down. I don't think anybody will want a mouthful of that. Right, there we go. Cool. And I'm going to spread my meat out. Oops. Without trying to fling it everywhere. Alright, now what I'm going to do is season this nicely. I am going to pre-cook the meat before I put them in the peppers. That way it's a lot faster. And if you want, you can, I've done it before, you can put the meat in there, the meat and stuff in there raw, put it in a pepper and then cook it too. That's however you want to do it. And you can actually, even if you cook everything, you can even actually even cook your your pepper. That way, it depends on how crispy you like your pepper. If you want it still a little raw, don't cook it. Just when you're heating everything through, the bacon heat'll do it. Onion powder. Or granulated onion, excuse me. Granulated garlic. I am going to use a little bit of paprika. Just like that. And then, of course, salt. There we go. And actually, I'm going to use some white pepper. If I can, there it is. See if I can find it. Just like that. And actually, I'm going to use a little bit of homemade mushroom powder. This is really great, especially if you don't like mushrooms. You know, you don't like getting those chunks of them. Just same with the onion powder. You know, it helps with the flavoring, but you don't get chunks of them. Because that's what I don't like, is the big old chunks of them. I think that's it. So I'm going to get all this stuff situated. I'm going to get this put in air fryer, and I'll be right back. Okay, got this pulled out. I'm going to take this, tuck it in there, and I'm going to go 400 for about 4 minutes. So I want to keep checking. Plus I want to stir it up a little bit because I haven't stirred it yet. I want to keep an eye on it because I don't want it to dry out because that'll be disgusting if it does. So I'm not going to make you watch this. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, 4 minutes is up. Grab myself a pot holder, something to stir with. Not even remotely, that's alright. That's why I'm going to keep checking it. Stir it up, oops. Stir it up really good. And you've got to be a little careful with this because like I said, this is very lean meat, especially because I didn't put it through the meat grinder itself. So, let's stir that up really good. And you know, I am going to take just a little bit of red wine, very little, and put it in there just to give it some moisture. And if you want, you could actually, which I don't know, I'm going to try this afterwards and check, but you can actually squirt some, any kind of oil, veggie oil or lard or whatever you want in there to give it a little bit more fat. You can do anything you want, you're eating it. Like I said, it's pretty lean. I don't want it to be dry as a popcorn fart. There we go. Drop that back in there. And I am going to go 400 again. This time I'm going to go 7 minutes. But if I might take a peek at it every once, so I'll just make sure, because like I said, don't want it to dry out. And while you're doing all that, like I said, you get your peppers ready. Like I said, I'm using them with spoons. Just pop the top off. Yeah, you can cut them in, if you want. Cut them in half, leave the stem on them, or cut them in half and do them that way. I like doing them this way. And if you want, you can cut the bottom so there's a little hole for juices to flow through. So we're gonna get what that's done. So like I said, the meat. Then we're gonna put some cheese in it and stuff it. Okay, this is all done. Didn't take quite 7 minutes. Little fat in there, little juice. If I feel, I'm gonna taste it in like a minute. If it's too dry, I'm gonna add a little fat to it. That, and I am gonna let it cool down so I can do my peppers. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, I'm back. This is cooled down enough where I can put my cheese in it and not have to worry about it getting all melty. I did put a little smoked sea salt or smoked salt in this. It was really good, and to my surprise, as how lean the meat was, it wasn't dry. So I'm gonna add some cheese, a decent amount, because I'm not using rice or quinoa or anything like that on it. Even though those are good like that too. But there we go. Okay. Oh yeah, this I got Sophia's supper in here. I took some of the uncut steak up in little pieces and threw it in there, and I threw a couple little cooked vegetables cut vegetables I had. I want to make sure there's no seasoning in there on it. Then I'm gonna let it cool down and use some live culture yogurt and pumpkin on it for her. So like that, it's good for her. All right, so you can go as much cheese as you want. I think that's about what I'm gonna. I might add just a little bit more. When they're nice and cheesy, like that. Okay. Mix this up. Oh, it's beautiful, 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 beautiful. Sometimes you get lucky and things turn out just the way you want them. Not all the time, but sometimes. And this actually turned out really good. Got lucky on a couple different times of recording where the food came out 10 times better than I thought it was going to be. Or that, or it was like the best I'd ever made before. Which is cool. You know, it doesn't always happen like that. First, actually, hold on. I'll put that down a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing. I didn't realize that, yep. And the sink is full. I finished doing the dishwasher. Okay, gonna take some olive oil. Get it on the pepper. Just like that. Alright. And, geez, not that side. I am going to put just a little bit of pepper on the outside. Or, excuse me, not pepper. A little bit of salt on the outside. I don't want this to be too. I don't want the pepper to be too salty. And it just doesn't know. Because now it's messing with me. I don't want to waste that salt either. You might get it all right. And I am going to cook these on a wire rack. I have pan underneath, or you know, the drip pan, whatever they call it, with tinfoil on it, so I don't have to clean it. And it'll just let the juices go, so these won't steam, so they should stay nice and crisp. Because all they really have to do with this is just has to cook a little bit, and that's got to warm through. Because you can take these, make them up, throw them in the freezer. I've done that before. The big ones, a lot of times. Just take this, jam it in there. Just like that. There we go. Just like that. That's all it's got to do. Easy as pie. And I'm not going to make you watch. I'm not going to make you watch me do the other ones, because I think I'm going to have to cut a couple more peppers, because I do want to make all that meat into mini stuffed peppers. So I'll be back in just a couple minutes and we'll go from there. Alright, just so everybody knows, nobody's hungry right now, so I'm not going to do all these like this. The other ones I'm just going to stuff with meat, and then I'm going to put them in, I'm not sure if I'm going to put them in a bag or stuff, or put them in saran wrap or what, but only do the oil and salt when you're getting ready to throw them in the air fryer. And I just go 325 or 350, and I just keep checking on them. So, everybody, please enjoy yourself. Stay happy, healthy. Like, subscribe, share. See everybody later. Bye-bye. Okay, I decided it wasn't fair to not show you what one of these look like. Alright, I did this for at 325 for somewhere between 9 and 14 minutes. Like, oh, there we go. And it looks good, it smells good. Nice and browned. That's beautiful. Okay? There we go. Beautiful. Like I said, the other ones I didn't put the salt and olive oil on the outside because I'm gonna put them in the fridge or put some in the freezer. So they'll be able to be eaten later on. So I just wanted you guys to see that. They do come out real, like I said, only 9 to 4, it might even been 15 at 325. It come out beautifully. So everybody, now this time, take it easy, enjoy, stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye.